everybody, Mr. Traveler here, and welcome to the Margaritaville Islander. We're currently sitting in the port at Progresso, and we're going to take this time to bring you a quick tour of this ship. This did used to be a Costa ship back in its previous life, and now it is the Margaritaville Islander. We're going to start with the indoor spaces, which you can find mostly on decks 3, 2, and 1. These are going to be your entertainment and food venues for this particular ship. So we're going to start on deck 3, go down to 2, and go down to 1. We'll check them out, and then we'll go to the outdoor spaces. And without further ado, let's go. Okay, so as we enter into the aft side of deck 3, there are 2 main dining rooms located on the Margaritaville At Sea Islander. The first one is here on deck 3, which is the Islander dining room, which is the upper level. And on deck 2, directly below, is the Finn's main dining room. Now both will have the same menu, although you can ask for the suite menu, which is an upgraded experience at $20 per person and offers you an upgraded menu experience. Okay, and as we make our way from the back of deck 3 all the way to the front, we'll pass through the Bubbles Up Lounge, which has this really cool piano, and they do some really great entertainment nightly. We'll also pass through the atrium where we can see down at the deck 2 and see the flip-flop. Then we'll pass through some retail shops, and then finally come upon the Havana Daydream Sports Bar, the Hangout Club for the kids, and all the way at the front is the Star on the Water Theater, which is the main theater on the ship, spanning decks 2, 3, and 4. All right, everybody, so let's check out the theater on board the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. The theater is called the Stars on the Water Theater, and it encompasses decks 2, 3, and 4. Let's go in here at deck 3 and check it out. All right, and at the front of deck 2, kind of underneath the theater, is the Coral Reef Lounge. Let's go check it out. All right, so as you enter into the Coral Reef Theater on deck 2, you have stairs that go down to deck 1. So the theater is actually located on deck 1, and there is an entrance on there, but it's not as nice as this. And this is kind of tucked in under the theater upstairs. There's one thing I do like about these older ships is the kind of the cool engineering and the way they tuck venues into places. You don't too often see a theater under a theater. All right, friends, so now here on deck 2, we'll start at the front of the ship and make our way to the back. First, we'll start off here in the arcade. We'll also see the far side of the World Lounge. We'll be passing through the Margaritaville Casino. And then we'll get to the heart of the ship, which is the Flip Flop Atrium Lounge, which has the atrium bar as well. This is also where you'll find guest services and the shore excursion desk. Now, making our way all the way to the back of the ship, we'll go to the Hemisphere Dancer, which is a bar area, and it's also an area where they have some nightly entertainment, usually in the form of a band. This is also where you're going to get into the Hot nightclub, which does span from deck 2 and goes down to deck 1. And they also have the entrance to the other main dining room, the Finn's main dining room. So this is what I kind of miss too from the old cruise ships, is the really unique dance clubs, the 2-floor club here.
I love that it has a step down.
All right, everybody. So now let's pack it up and let's head up to the upper decks. We'll take a look at some of the indoor venues on the upper levels, which would be your buffet of indecision, some restaurants, and then let's go to the outer decks and check out the pools. All right, friends, so let's talk about Deck 9 aft. This is the adults only area where we have the Tiki Bar pool, the Tiki Bar, the Tiki Grill, and Island Eats. This is an adults only area. We'll also pass through on Deck 9 and go to the Port of Indecision Buffet, Frank and Lola's Pizzeria. Also have the two main pools, the Land Shark and the 5 o'clock Somewhere pool, as well as the bars. And then they have the Saint Somewhere Salon all the way at the front, which would be your spa area. All right, so while I'm out here at the back of Deck 9, I'm going to go up to Deck 10. See, it's a lounge area. It's also the exit area for the water slide. And now we'll go up to what would be Deck 11. They got a little play area up here for the kids. The entrance to the slide. So there are a couple of free food venues here on Deck 9 in the form of the Mexican Cutie Cantina and also the Cheeseburger in Paradise, which looks an awful lot like a Guy hamburger. Well, friends, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this tour of the Margaritaville At Sea Islander, which is sailing out of Tampa. If we can help you book this ship or any other ship, please give us a call, 877-697-4470. Or you can book right online at www.mr-traveler.com. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the tour. Hopefully that you found something interesting on here. I know people have a lot of questions about this particular cruise line. So please stay tuned for our pros and cons. We'll go a little bit more in depth on our thoughts for the Margaritaville At Sea Islander. Thanks for watching, everybody. Life's short. Have fun. See the world. Bye, everybody.